QuickBooks section of Paysync allows you to assign custom fields and defaults. So, for example, some mathnasiums or companies have different locations, and I can import those locations from QuickBooks. QuickBooks might call them classes. You might have them in there as department or classes. Here I've selected Leaside as my default. If I had a custom field for a transaction and I knew which order the custom field was, I could say, okay, it's order 1, and I could say it's a location. So now this will show up as a location in the custom field, which it does no matter what, as long as you set a default. If you didn't set a default, it won't let you map that custom field. So, for example, in the custom field, if it was different than Leaside coming in, it wouldn't say Leaside, it would say whatever mapped to that location. So it might say something different, like it could say Forest Hill or the beach. Services is where you import all your services from QuickBooks. And this is important because without these, you can't create sales receipts. So I would load them all in and save the ones that matter. Um, Make sure they have SKUs inside QuickBooks because that's the only way to match them up. Now we match them up by matching order IDs or product number to a SKU. So you have to set those in your payment provider gateway when setting up a transaction or a reoccurring transaction. We'll go over that in detail in another video. By default, it selects the 3-month summer special. So if I forget to assign a service when creating a sales receipt, it'll automatically set it to this. So it just produces less errors. You can always change it inside QuickBooks if it's incorrect. Departments are similar to classes. Um, they can be used as locations in a sales receipt. It shows up in the top right section. Um, let's see here, the sales receipt. Let's see if it shows it here. Yeah, location shows it up here, top right corner. And then the class, which you can call location. It's a little confusing, but it's whatever you call it in the sales receipt. Uh, and you can also map it to a custom field if you want. Now we have accounts. This is just basically where the incoming transactions go from a certain sales receipt. I have mine as checking and bank. You can set your default to whatever you load into from QuickBooks. It doesn't let you choose per sales receipt though. Payment methods is credit card because you're using a payment gateway with credit card. If you're tracking cash or Interact, that'll be coming later with file imports. Custom fields. This is how you map sales receipt custom fields that you make in your preferences. As you can see from this sales receipt, there's a custom field called account name and member name. Therefore, in your payment provider gateway, when you create merchant defined fields, you need to make sure you know what index they're created. So this one would be 1, and this one was 2, and I'm calling it custom name and member name. I know it's backwards here, but it's just the way it plays out. So when you save it, it'll find that customer name value that you assigned for the transaction in member name in the sales receipt. This sales receipt here, I don't have any custom fields, so it doesn't do anything. I will make further videos on custom fields with more in-depth examples.